Abdullah ibn Abisar. Abisar happens to be the foster brother of Uthman ibn Affan. Who's Uthman? He was the third Khalif, the third Caliph. Let me read just chapter 6, verse 93. And the audience will see the relevance this passage and the expositor's interpretation of this passage have on what David said and what the Quran said would happen to Muhammad if he forged chapters or sayings and attributed it to his God Allah. 6 verse 93. Who is more wicked than the man who invents a falsehood about Allah or says, this was revealed to me, I'm receiving revelation from Allah, when nothing was revealed to him? Or the man who says, I can reveal the like of what God has revealed. Notice the last part. Or the man who says, I can reveal the like of what Allah, God has revealed. Now, let's see what Al-Qurtubi says. Al-Qurtubi happens to be one of the greatest Muslim expositors and one of the main commentators that Muslims appeal to properly understand the context of the Quran. My brother here can confirm that some of the expositors that Muslims consult to understand the Quran and its context happen to include Ibn Kathir, Al-Tabari, Al-Qurtubi, as well as the two Jalals, Jalalain, and a host of others, one of which I'll also quote, Al-Baydawi, and he's also an important expositor. But let me see what Qurtubi says about chapter 6, verse 93. The pronoun man is grammatically in the jar case. The meaning is, who is more wicked than he who said, I can reveal? The person addressed here is Abdullah ibn Sa'd ibn Abisar. Abdullah ibn Sa'd ibn Abisar, who used to write the revelation for the Prophet of God. He's one of Muhammad's scribes. Later on, he apostatized and joined the pagans. Now, why did he do that? Why did he apostatize? Here, the reason given by the commentators is that when verse 23:12, chapter 23, verse 12 of the Quran, was quote-unquote revealed, we created man of an extraction of clay. The Prophet called him and dictated to him. And when the Prophet reached the end of Surah 23:14, here are the words, thereafter we produced him as another creature. Abdullah said in amazement, so blessed be Allah, the fairest of creators. The Prophet said, now notice this, Dave. This is Abdullah who said that in amazement. He stood in awe of what the Quran said about Allah and his creating man. The Prophet said, and thus it was revealed to me. In other words, what you just said, Abdullah, is revealed to me, included in the chapter. In fact, can you do me a favor, Brother Dave? Can you go to Surah 23:14 and read how that surah ends? As you get there, let me read Abdullah's response. When Muhammad said what Abdullah just said was revealed to me, Allah revealed what you just said to me, included, which made Abdullah doubt. He started doubting and said, if Muhammad is truthful, then I received the revelation, and if he lied, I say of the like of his speech. In other words, if he's right, then I'm inspired too, because it came from my mouth. But if he's lying, then I'm able to reveal something like the Quran. You see his logic? Impeccable, right? Notice what he's saying. Wait. Muhammad, you said that just what came out of my mouth was revealed to you, but it came from me. That means I'm just as inspired as you. But if you're lying, then I'm able to produce something like the Quran because you took my uninspired words and made it part of the revelation.
You know what that is? That's a burst of common sense. That is a burst of common sense. My friends, you can find all kinds of evidence that Muhammad was a false prophet, and here on this program, we give it to you. We give you all kinds of evidence. If you just read the Muslim sources, this stuff will jump out at you, and here you have one of Muhammad's companions.
And a scribe.
Who converted to Islam. A man who is sitting there writing the Quran as Muhammad speaks it. And what does he say? If this guy's a prophet, then I'm a prophet, because I'm writing this stuff too.
And see if Muhammad included his words in Surah 23:14.
Yeah, let's go. So this is Surah 23, verse 14. And this verse is interesting for two reasons. One, because it's totally scientifically inaccurate. And two, because it includes the words, not of Muhammad, not the words that he received, but something that one of his companions exclaimed when he was hearing it. So this man was inspired too. He's a source of part of the Quran. Let's read it. Then fashioned we the drop a clot. Then fashioned we the clot a little lump. Then fashioned we the little lump bones. Then clothed the bones with flesh. This is describing embryonic development, and it's totally, totally wrong what happens here. Then clothed the bones with flesh, and then produced it another creation. So blessed be Allah, the best of creators. That was a revelation from God.
The words of Abisar.
Oh, wow.
He said, praise be Allah, blessed be Allah, the best, the fairest of all creators. And Muhammad said, oh, that's revealed to me. Put it down.
Now think about this. Think about the irony here. Muhammad is claiming that this verse is revealed by Allah, and it's telling him about the development of a fetus in the mother.
Yeah.
It's totally wrong, so there's no way this is from God.
Exactly.
It's totally, completely, utterly false in its description of how the fetus develops. And then you have one of Muhammad's companions exclaims when he hears this, and he thinks, aha, it's finally been revealed. Even though it hasn't been revealed, it's totally wrong. He thinks it's been revealed how a baby develops in the mother's womb, and he says, blessed be Allah, the best to create. Then Muhammad says, oh yeah, put that in there too. So you have a totally false verse. You have Muhammad's companions which think that this is revelation from God, and so they praise Allah. And then Muhammad says, oh, that's a really good, nice, well-written praise you just came up with. Stick it in there.
Revealed to me, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And this is what's in, this is according to Jewish scholars, right?
No, these are
Christian
considered
scholars?
no.
Modern Christian critics of Islam.
No,
modern
man.
Islamophobes came up with this argument, right?
Some of the greatest expositors. In fact, just to show you that this is not an isolated opinion, I have a list of Muslim scholars, renowned Sunni scholars that admit this. But let me just read one more by Al-Baydawi. He's also another renowned Muslim expositor. Let me read what he says about the same verse. Does he agree with Qurtubi? To me it has been revealed when not has been revealed to him refers to Abdullah ibn Sa'ad ibn Abisar. So he agrees. Who used to write for Allah's messenger. The verse, Surah 23:12, that says, we created man of an extraction of clay was revealed. When Muhammad reached the part that says, thereafter we produced him as another creature, which you read, Surah 23:14, Abdullah said, so blessed be God, Allah, the fairest, the best of creators, in amazement at the details of man's creation. The Prophet said, write it down, for thus it has been revealed. Abdullah doubted and said, if Muhammad is truthful, then I receive the revelation as much as he does. And if he's a liar, what I said is as good as what he said. So here's another Orthodox Sunni Muslim scholar confirming that this episode is an episode that occurred in the life of Muhammad. So folks, what are you going to do with this? Here's a man who actually dictated to Muhammad words that Muhammad made part of the Quran. Could this be the reason why Allah killed them dead?